bratish upstart with a grudge against his nation comes looking for a crash course in global domination. No one thinks you'll make it, and the odds suggest they're right. Won't it make them sick to have to see your name in lights? You'll drive out the coke up liggers if you can become a cult figure. He's not doing this to get the girls or get to spend illicit nights. He's doing this because he wants to see heads on spikes. To sell his soul, or just his cheekbones, to bring his own theme park to life. Escape the hometown, escape the workhouse, escape expectant kids and wife. To be regarded as highly as he regards his icons, more indispensable than John Peel, sliced bread, or Monty Python. But wait, it's not so easy to carve out your place in history. It takes years of Spartan training to build up that sense of mystery. Smash your brains against the rocks, perspective taking flight. All you know for sure is that they have to see your name in lights. If Nile Rodgers calls you nigger, if you can become a cult figure. So, unrequited, humiliated, a youth filled with whiskey and nightmares, the only company you can keep, 19th century Russian writers. After serving several centuries, ostracized as an inner city Tory, Lady Luck might just decide to end the endless purgatory. If it's a Faustian pact, no question, you're there. But sometimes Beelzebub is washing his hair. You and I know very well that this hobby horse must crash and burn. But kids have to make their own mistakes, it's the only way they ever learn. Come on kids, piss away your lives on the silly little insect fight, till one day comes that support slot with Punch and Judy on the Isle of Wight. Will he ever become a cult figure without having to pull the trigger? Ground control calls him back, but at this point it's far too late. Out on the corner was a bunch of roses, awaiting his rendezvous with fate. Don Quixote mounts his steed and rides off into the sunset, with 500 copies of his 7-inch, all looking for a dance set. I tried to calm the poor kid down, but he just couldn't be comforted. He went straight out and joined a band called the Vichy Government. Imagine a world where nobody ever gets old. Bladders never fail, bodies never fall apart. You could smoke 200 fags a day if you like, drink 3 litres of whiskey every night. Everyone is young and everyone is beautiful. We'll never have to go to another funeral. Join our society, be seduced. Beauty is the only truth. They're never going to become dust. The Immortals are the ones to trust. No need to go gently into that night. You just need to go underneath the knife. The body's nothing more than a machine. It just needs new parts continually. It's a foolproof plan and really quite clever. You and I are going to live forever. Join our society, be seduced. Beauty is the only truth. They're never going to become dust. The Immortals are the ones to trust. Death is the only remaining taboo. We're drowning in the fountain of youth. We're all gonna be film stars, and that's the only acknowledged truth. At 90 we lose our hair and our teeth. At 200 we lose the power of speech. then eternity, blind, limbless and dead, while mortals go unto their rest. Don't be fooled by surface sheen, don't matter if they look pristine. The immortals will never become dust, because dust is all they've ever been. Don't buy into what they sell, you'll live forever but you'll live in hell. The immortals are running from the inside out, the silicone melts and drips out of their arse. Satire's a dirty little game, curdles your innards with spite and with shame. I dabble too much and I'm paying the price. Just hold your tongues and heed my advice. I only meant to write a piece of light-hearted fluff. I'm Manner the poet, I avoid heavy stuff. A critique of our emperor's culture of spin. Non negotia publicus simplex oratio est. But my poem fared better than I dared believe. Somehow it brought the emperor to his knees. Caesar was stabbed at a chariot race, and the Senate wanted me to take his place. Look at me now, I can never go home. I'm the loneliest man in ancient Rome. The loneliest man in ancient Rome. Loneliest man in ancient Rome. I never wanted to be made emperor. I wish the stupid bastards had left me alone. Instead they shoved me into a carriage, paraded me through the streets of Rome. For the first 2 weeks I got on fine. Feasts and orgies with the concubines. I developed a penchant for fatal fame. People knew who I was at the Colosseum. Then they started grumbling in the forum. I wasn't a statesman, I had no decorum. They took back the laurels and the purple cloths and sent me up north to fight a bunch of goths. Look at me now, I can never go home. I'm the loneliest man in ancient Rome. Loneliest man in ancient Rome. Loneliest man in ancient Rome. I know I'm living on borrowed time. The last 3 emperors lasted 9 weeks. These bestial brutes aren't civilized. I wish that I'd been born a Greek. And greed, new plots by the hour. What can a man do to hold on to power? I never found an answer to the riddle. When they come for me, I'll be playing my fiddle. Look at me now, slumped dead on the throne. I was the loneliest man in ancient Rome. 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 The loneliest man in ancient Rome. Be your Serbian warlord, baby. You're gonna love my power base, that much is obvious. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Hoarding nuclear warheads I bought off the Soviets. I'll wipe out your village in a bloody coup. Standing over the mass grave I'll send for you. I'll look into those big brown eyes and say I did it all for you. They say that Casanova was a virile man, but he had nothing on Genghis Khan. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Send you heads of local tribesmen on a silver platter. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Everyone will claim asylum, cause I'm mad as a hatter. They'll talk about my evil on the 9 o'clock news. My biographers will all get broadsheet reviews. I'll lean into John Simpson's dictaphone and say I did it all for you. My last girlfriend shook me when she got into Nietzsche. So I'm catching the next EasyJet to Srebrenica. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Kidnapping 8 workers on a gap year from Oxbridge. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Living in a bunker on black bread and cockroaches. When the blue berets come, I'll know what to do. Locked up in The Hague, I'm gonna play it real cool. I'll look into the world's TV cameras and say I did it all for you. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby, cause I want you. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. I know you want me too. I'll be your Serbian warlord, baby. Get your donkey, you've pulled. I don't know how or why I got transported to 20s Berlin. Put it down to a crazy pop group and their crazy whims. But seeing the Friedrichstrasse girls, it really blew my mind. I knew I'd left the Cambridge fens 300 years behind. Selling their body to any old tramp, bearing leg and shoulder. This really was no place for an honest roundhead soldier. I clutched my crucifix as the dancing began. But this town belonged to a god called Pan. Androgynous creatures filled the club. I felt my face turn red as couples played mixed doubles, as the clothes were shed. I tried to stay disdainful, sardonic, but a part of me found it somehow erotic. Oliver Cromwell in Weimar, Berlin, a Puritan lost in a city of sin. Will he lose his faith, be led astray, or can he resist a cabaret? Oliver Cromwell in Weimar, Berlin, watching the cabaret begin. Could the ordeal be heaven sent? What will he say to Parliament? I screamed that dark clouds would cover this land. The whores, they showed no fear. Jazz had drowned out the word of God. No one wanted to hear. I told them the tale of Sodom and Gomorrah. They said, we'll dance tonight if we're dying tomorrow. I told them I was warts and all. They thought I was talking genital. Oliver Cromwell in Weimar, Berlin, Puritan lost in a city of sin. Will he claim sanctuary in the chapel, or will he bite the serpent's apple? Oliver Cromwell in Weimar, Berlin, opened his eyes but he didn't fit in. He wants to go back to the battlefield, so our song must end. Cromwell is released. We are all auteurs, but we don't like to talk about it. We'd drop dead if you knew just how much we think about it. But every time you're around, rolls of celluloid are reeling. Our eyes are having you, and I find it so appealing. Cause when the camera makes love to Scarlett Johansson. Every one of us tramps makes love to Scarlett Johansson. I staring long enough to induce cataracts, having you without having to interact. The male gaze while you're waiting for the tube. The male gaze from the corner of the room. The male gaze, a pale face, the male gaze. We don't wish to get in anyone's way. We're all for equality in stature and pay. We're just borrowing your image to create something new, and then hiding away because we fear and we hate you. We're just little boys, afraid to dance. Rest assured that we'd never make an advance. To carry out that stuff, you need to like yourself. We can't pretend that our minds have a clean bill of health. The male gaze while you're waiting for the tube. The male gaze from the corner of the room. The male gaze, a pale face, the male gaze. But if ever had you, you'd become real, and then you'd lose all your appeal. That's why I keep the whole thing up in my head. Index and catalogue every event. The male gaze of those left on the shelf. The male gaze, disgusted with itself. The male gaze, surreal days, the male gaze. The male gaze, surreal days, the male gaze. Are we still human beings? Are we actually alive? Are we just floating on the sidelines? This world has been filtered to all that's left is goo. Cancer and AIDS just ghost of ideas that won't happen to you. We're coating the corpses in treacle. We haven't a clue what is and isn't real. Blotting it out with vodka cocktails. Closing our eyes to things that we can't change. Pluto and Goofy are waiting for you in a land where the sun always shines. You'll ride in a teacup and eat happy meals. Everything will be fine. Mickey Mouse waits at the gate with a smile. This is the way. Step inside. In the 1920s, Moscovitz, a hard-up Polish Jew, travelled to the New World to see if what they said was true. He lived off his wits, a little man fighting the system, as scrawny as a real mouse, starving and flea-bitten. The brave New World embraced Moscovitz like it embraces all his children, roared to him with luxuries, built castles to protect him. Now he's an overfed, bloated cretin with ears like dinner plates, telling us to fill our bellies, to forget about love and hate. Chandler and Phoebe are waiting for you in a land where the sun never sets. Boredom and pain will both become strangers. You'll forget all your regrets. Mickey Mouse waits at the gate with a smile. This is the way. Step inside. Pluto and Goofy are waiting for you in a land where the sun always shines. You'll ride in a teacup and eat happy meals. Everything will be fine. Mickey Mouse waits at the gate with a smile. This is the way. Step inside. This is the way. Step inside. We don't want news, all we want are fairy tales. A story with a beginning and end, a bit of human interest. Give us field footballers and models, fucking in the jungle, murderers and paedophiles whose deceitful web will crumble. The kind of story we like best comes with a bit of danger. The lonely unknown outcast, the sick perverted stranger. We externalise all evil so that we can sleep at night. Send Oedipus off to Broadmoor to serve his 25. We'll live to see another day, because we've served up our sacrifice. Shipman and Huntley put away, out of sight and out of mind. In a world that's constantly changing, to this one belief we cling. The state must take life, life should mean life. Factories may fill our skies with poison turds and ash. Loggers turn each continent into a shithouse full of sand. But they don't pick on little girls in Man United shirts or inspire ITV dramas starring Martin Kemp. All's well in the world if the old Bill get their man. Then each of us is safe in our semi-detached or council flats, compressed into little square-shaped urns long before we feed the worms. When we lose our menial dead-end jobs, there's nobody to blame. Market forces don't sell papers or bring anybody fame. We'll live to see another day, because we've served up our sacrifice. Uday and Kusai blown away, out of sight and out of mind. In a world that's constantly changing, to this one belief we cling. The state must take life, life should mean life. In a world so dreadfully confusing, to this one belief we cling. The state must take life, life should mean life. In a world so horribly frightening, to this one belief we will cling. Shiloh's got his carving knife, life should mean life. All snowmen melt under February sunlight. All sandcastles disintegrate in the tide. The library at Alexandria will be burnt to a crisp. Anything of value cannot keep. Patience was never one of our virtues. We dash out the brains of the golden goose. Through boredom we all erect our own gallows, and then we jump into the noose. The best you ever have will be the best you never have. The one you never forget will be the one that gets away. The most memorable kiss is always the first kiss. So the best you can do is just anticipate and wait. Once you get your cake, you always eat it. Once you've had it, you can't keep it. Once you've had it, it's just not the same. Standing here beside you, we teeter on the threshold. A 12-lane autobahn stretches out below. Frozen and suspended at the sight of something precious. I'd stay here forever if I could. But wheels are turning, things will happen. We'll scratch the itch, we'll burn the bridge. One night we'll be pissed, and then I'll go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. The best you ever have will be the best you never have. The one you never forget will be the one that gets away. The most memorable kiss is always the first kiss. So the best you can do is just pontificate and wait. Once you get your cake, you always eat it. Once you've had it, you can't keep it. Once you've had it, it's just not the same. Once you get your cake, you always eat it. Once you've had it, you can't keep it. Once you've had it, it's just not the same. Once you get your cake, you always eat it. Once you've had it, you can't keep it. Once you've had it, it's never the same.